Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to more Team Dark Sonic Heroes. Um, after the last video,
So, that Eggman is behind all of this.
Whatever it takes, he's mine. Any objections?
I went ahead and looked up that that Sonic Flash game that I mentioned in the last video, and it's kind of crazy that I'm not the only one. I really thought that it was just kind of a nothing Flash game, something that really only I played because it appeared on a few Sonic Flash game websites. But no, apparently a lot of people have memories with it, and I found out it's still on Newgrounds to this day. I can actually play it right now if I wanted to, which is pretty cool. I wish I was. I wish I knew about Newgrounds when I did, but back then, back when I was in school, there wasn't a lot of websites that kids could use. We got to use a website called friv.org, which is where I played a lot of Sonic, Ultimate Sonic Flash, which again, another game where I kind of thought I was alone, but turns out a ton of people have really good memories with that. So that's cool, you know. So that's actually pretty cool that just so many people have nostalgia with it. But yeah, there you go. But yeah, so it's pretty neat. It makes me wonder how many other Sonic games, Sonic Flash, because I played a lot of them. There was like a Smash Bros. Clone that had Sonic characters, and given that it was a really decently made Smash Bros. Clone, I assume there's also a lot of people that have nostalgia for it. There was this Angel Island demo that the physics were super wonky. Sonic jumped really fast and physics weren't that great, but I remember playing that a lot. Again, it just makes you wonder. And I don't remember what website I was on. It was just it was just Sonic. I just looked up Sonic games, and it was a website that I kept returning to. Oh boy. But that is a website that oh yeah, that is a great example of the homing attack just not working. So now I'm gonna have to. There you go. But yeah, so I played those. I played those at home on the Sonic Flash games because those weren't really allowed at school. Like I said, only it was Friv, Cool Math Games, and some other website. The obvious school-based ones. God. Okay, I'm just gonna skip that pathway. All that pathway does is give you all that secret. All that extra pathway does is just give you I think a Team Blast. So I'm just gonna skip it from now on. But yeah, the out of all the Sonic games, this is the game that has the least success rate when it comes to using the Lightspeed Dash. It is so finicky and rarely works. You really have to be exactly where you're wanting to be for it to work. Yeah, it would give me a 1-up. Okay, so I so I literally lost two. I literally lost 2 lives just for the possibility of getting 1 life. So. But yeah, so. Pretty cool, more memories. Flash was really cool. It's something that I used to you know, spend a lot of time on, specifically on you know, Cartoon Network and stuff like that. But, you know, it's one of those things where I do occasionally look through Newgrounds just to see about, you know, just to see if there's any other, you know, stuff. And I mean, there is so much Newgrounds stuff that I missed out on. Again, I mean, I didn't know Newgrounds existed until watching Oni Plays. That was when I finally knew that Newgrounds existed. And, you know, it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks that I figured it out so late. But I mean, when you think about it, you know, the time in which I was watching YouTube and really, you know, I didn't have a computer. And then when I was watching YouTube, you know, YouTube was the thing. If you were creating animations, you were using YouTube. You weren't doing, you know, you weren't on Newgrounds. You know, or, you know, I watched a ton of Let's Plays, and those were on YouTube. They weren't on Newgrounds. And then if I was playing games, like I said, I'd just look up Sonic Flash games. I wouldn't really try and look for new stuff. So, kind of makes sense how I would never know what Newgrounds was. I knew what, like, you know, the obvious. I knew, like, what I played Happy Wheels. But again, that's because that game was, like, literally everywhere. And it wasn't on Newgrounds, so... There you go. So yeah, yet again, you know, when it comes to length with these stages, like, look, we're already hitting 5 minutes on this stage, and it's probably been longer since I died twice. I'm not sure. Does the time? I don't think the time actually resets. However, I think we're nearing the end. Look! It's Hexaco. It's It's Hex Eco. I guess, given that it's like, you know, generators, it might be a pun on Texaco. I don't know. Gonna be honest, I only know of Texaco from Germa. Well, I thought we were almost done. Let's see, can I... Yep. There you go. But yeah, you know, so Team Dark, again, just going through these stages again, just like, you know, the ones that we did in Team Sonic. But Team Rose, which is the next one. Team Rose will probably be... I think overall, the length of videos will end up being the same because they'll even out. But Team Rose will be, along with doing the normal levels, we're going to go for the Chaos Emeralds. Because Team Rose is the easiest to get the Chaos Emeralds in.
Just average.
So... Team Rose will be the most interesting. And the Chaos Emeralds are, well, we'll get to them when we get to them, but they're not fun. So Power Plant, if you remember from my Team Sonic playthrough, this level was the one that I'm trying to get, okay. I tried to get that rings over there, but oh well. But yeah, this was the level where I, you know, gave up on as a wee lad. Except I never even played the Team Dark version. Because it's weird, like, you know, you'd think I would play Team Dark. Because Shadow was my favorite character at the time. As of like 5 years ago, I'd say 5 or 6 years ago, Tails has become my new favorite character. But at the time, Shadow was. I thought Shadow was freaking cool. I thought he was really freaking cool and mysterious, and I feel like that's what everybody thinks whenever they're younger. They're like, oh, Shadow's so cool because he's mysterious, and then they grow up and then they're like, oh, he's honestly not that good of a character. I like him in the new movie though. I like his character arc. Yeah, my tier list kind of goes. It's Tails, Cream, and Eggman are my three favorite characters. Eggman's just really funny. I didn't really care for Eggman that much, and then I just ended up really finding him funny as the years went on. I really like it when he gets goofy. Let's see, please. Hey, there you go. But, you know, it is kind of funny thinking about it. Like, Shadow was my favorite character, and yet I had not played Sonic Adventure 2. All I had was an Xbox 360, and it wouldn't be until 2012 until Sonic Adventure 2 was ported over. So it is kind of interesting how I thought, I guess it's just, coolness factor. I mean, no matter what game he's in, I was like, oh yeah, Shadow's cool. What? Again, I'm assuming, you can guess what was supposed to happen there, but the game just, come on. Ugh, I hate these turtles. But this level actually isn't going too bad so far. Yeah, everything's actually going pretty alright so far. Ah. What? No, what are you doing? Okay. Let's see if I can... You can actually get out of here real quick. There you go, if you do that. But yeah, so honestly, in Sonic X Shadow, I really wish this stage got brought back. You know what the thing that stinks when it comes to talking about stages? I could have said this in Team Sonic, and I just don't remember. I probably did. That's really the problem with all these stages being so similar. I'm sure by like Team Chaotix, I'm gonna have nothing to say about these stages.
These fireballs sure are pretty, but they look kind of dangerous.
Let's see if I can do this as Shadow. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm gonna... There you go. And then I'll do speed on this one. I tried to get these balloons. Well, that didn't work. Please don't kill me. I am not going for that. I do not want to risk dying. Okay. $6 minutes now. Yep. Okay. The Lightspeed dash just refused to work there again. So that's fun. Okay, good. Whew. I'm telling you, man, these levels are long and they're just gonna get longer. There you go. Now, why did I get hit? Okay, well, I know why I got hit there. Here, just get rid of them. There you go. You know, I still haven't used Team Blast. Actually, I am kind of curious. If I were to use Team Blast at the lava segment, will it make the lava, like, stop? I've never tried that out before. You know what? I am going to test that out today. Yeah, let's see. So, oh yeah, yeah, it makes the lava stop rising. That's cool. Oh my gosh, okay. The lava just rose instantaneously then. And again, I tried using Rouge. Thank you. Okay, and there we go. Finally. Crap, I just knocked my headset off my head. See, what are we sitting at right now? 17 minutes. Ooh, boy. Man, all of that and still a B rank. Ugh, so we're finally finishing up this this world, but we gotta have a rival fight. You were saying?
What's up, SBO? And you are.
Oh, and you are. Whoops.
Who's this fraud? Our client's adversary, perhaps.
You mean the bad guys? You guys don't fool me. I know what you're after. Better stay out of my way.
It's our first introduction to Team Chaotix. And they're pretty cool. We'll get to them later. But
Alright, then let's do it!
oh, no, please, please. There you go. Come on. Okay, I think Espio's down. Yep, there you go. Honestly, there's like two best ways to do that. It's either just spam heavy or spam flight. And yeah, it was just most of the time it's easier to spam heavy, but sometimes they'll spam flight, which is really annoying. Anyway, see you in the next episode.